everyone, it's Emma Langton here. I am just got a little gap between my clients and I wanted to come and just talk to you about reasons that you need a breathing technique. It's something that I talk to people about an awful lot in my day-to-day work, and when I see people face to face, it's one of the first things that I do, one of the first things that I talk to people about, and one of the first things that I teach people. The reasons that we need a breathing technique, you might wonder, really, we're all breathing every day, aren't we, really? And well, yes, we are, but then it's about how we are breathing and kind of what that quality of that breath is like as well, really. So when we get stressed or anxious, our breathing becomes high up in our chest and quite shallow. And so we're not taking in very much oxygen, or it's not very, very good quality. So then we don't have a lot of it to be able to push around our bodies. And of course, we need that oxygen to be able to pump blood to through our bodies and to our muscles and organs and everything. And we also need that oxygen to have a really strong and focused and clear brain. So that's one of the very first reasons that we need to be able to breathe freely and easily. And if you do suffer from stress and anxiety and worries and things in your life, it's a really good idea to learn a breathing technique, any one that suits you. It really doesn't matter, so that you can improve that quality of the oxygen and the blood flowing through your body and through your brain. So in addition to that, when we actually stop and focus just on our breathing, then we're keeping very much in present time, present place, because it's impossible to focus on the past if we're focusing on our breathing, because it's impossible to breathe in the past. And it's impossible to focus on the future and any worries and things that you've got coming up, because it's impossible to breathe in the future. So when we focus on our breathing, we're staying in right now, present time, present place, and just kind of doing right now. So that's an incredibly good reason to begin to focus on your breathing. It keeps you in present time, present place. It keeps you really mindful, and stops all the doubts and the worries and the pressure going on, even if it's just for a tiny bit of your day, just a few moments here and there. It's a really good thing to just take that time to just stay in the present time and present place and begin to think about your breathing. So you're connecting mind and body as well by thinking about that breath and how it feels in your chest, if it's feeling it down into your stomach. Some people, I do say, put your hand on your stomach or your abdomen as well, so that you can really feel it and really, really get connected with what it is that's going on with you. Okay. I talked a little bit there about stress and anxiety, and your breathing does get a lot shallower. When we can get that breath further down through our chest, into our stomach, abdomen, belly, some people call it belly breathing, what we're actually doing is we're engaging our parasympathetic nervous system. I promise I won't ask you a quiz at the end. We engage that parasympathetic nervous system, and when we do that, that creates some really calming chemicals to be released in our bodies. And as I said, often that shallow breathing is when we're stressed and anxious. So we really want and need those calming chemicals to be released into our bodies. So get that breath really deep down, gradually, gently, without trying to force it, without trying to make it become a problem, and even without, letting yourself become really breathless. But getting that breath right down deep into your belly, into your abdomen, engages that parasympathetic nervous system and releases lots of really good calming chemicals. Okay, and that's really helpful just because it's very connected to that how we feel in those times when our breathing becomes shallower. So in doing all of that, in focusing and getting in more oxygen, and then focusing on staying in the present, focusing on your breathing, and then releasing those calming chemicals helps us to feel much better, much stronger, much more kind of emotionally well. It gives us better overall health. It gives us better digestion. it reduces any blood pressure that might have got risen from the situation and circumstances that you've been in that's raised that stress and anxiety. Okay. The most important thing, however you develop any particular breathing technique, the most important thing really is to make sure that that out breath is longer than the in breath. It's been proven that having that out breath to be longer than the in breath will begin to switch off that fight response. So it switches off that internal fire alarm, it switches off that panic, and all the associated panicky feelings that come with it. And so really does help to bring about that calm, that feeling of well-being, that sense of feeling better in and about yourself. And when you develop a breathing technique, you can do it in present time, in the moment. You can take yourself off to the loo, as I often tell people. You can do it in the supermarket. You can do it walking down the street, in the corridor at the office. You can do it just turning around in the kitchen when the kids are going off on one. So you can do it anywhere that's really helpful for you. So that's my reasons why you need a really, really good breathing technique. I'm not in this little video going to tell you what are really good techniques, but you can see that elsewhere on my blogs, on my website, that there are lots of tips and helpful information and breathing techniques on there too. So for now, just practice getting that breath right down to your belly and then having that out breath to be longer than the in breath. And then you can focus on the present, release those calming chemicals and improve your overall health and well-being. Okay, that's it for me. Come back again soon to hear some more tips and treats. And I'd love to know what you think of this one. Okay, bye for now.